corriente que te mata. Y te saca las ganas.
La saca, la gana,
Las ganjas.
la ganja.
Para la ganga.
All right, guys. So how you guys doing today?
Guatemala.
Well, we're 6
Episode
feet apart,
67.
apparently, me and Enzo today.
You wanted to be that.
We were practicing social distancing, apparently.
You're scared. He's not scared for no reason. I don't have no symptoms.
Nah, bro, it's because we wanted to play footsies, bro.
You want to play footy.
Nah, for sure, bro. Why not?
I don't know about that.
All right. Maury, let us know what we're talking about today.
Nah, fuck Maury.
All right. Well, first of all,
Because apparently you're the mastermind and know everything.
I want to tell you guys a little story about what happened to me today.
All right, go for it.
No. What happened to you today?
You asshole.
¿Dónde está el YouTube, pues?
But you gotta say it with your chest, though, bro. Like
Vamos
when
a
you,
poner el YouTube, pues.
like when you tell us like what happened, like we gotta hear it, bro.
So basically, what happened to me is
Yeah,
today
YouTube,
I went to the dentist. I'm already on YouTube, bro. Don't worry about it. You don't got to be looking at that.
But
I
he
wanna
wants
look
to
at
look at it, bro.
So you can
'Cause
look at it later on.
He wants to see the mirror reflection of himself. Bro.
So back to my story. I went to the dentist today, right? And while I being at the dentist today, I had to get some cavities taken out, right?
So you gotta get some fillings in, basically.
Basically, right?
All right.
So I'm right there waiting to get things, and they come and they start telling me what's gonna happen, and then they're telling me that one of them is kind of deep, and this and that. They're telling me everything, right?
Mm.
And then I just started telling her how she was like, after this, you're gonna have to be careful with certain things that you drink, like cold water, because it might just like make it hurt.
Yeah, it might hurt. Yeah.
So I was like, cool. I was like,
Your
I have a
teeth are
problem with.
sensitive, basically.
I was like, I have a problem with clenching my teeth at night, though. I was like, so, I was like, would that affect what I like the feeling healing and whatnot? She was like, I don't think so. And she was like, what are you stressed out about? And I was just like, I don't know, it's a lot. But I was like, this is the dentist, not therapist. So I didn't even, you don't go about that whole thing. So we're like, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then at some point she mentioned something about a root canal, and I'm like, the fuck, I just came in for a filling.
This is sounding to start like, when you go to the car, like the car place, and the mechanic starts telling you all these other things. You're like, I just came to change my brakes. That's all I needed.
Yeah.
I didn't need all this stuff.
Yeah.
So then she was telling you about a root canal, huh?
So yeah, she was just, I guess now looking back at it, she was talking about because of how deep the wound was, or not the wound, the cavity was. So I'm like, damn, right. So then whatever, they start, right, and then the first thing they do is they put like the gel numbing thing, so it numbs your gum and your lip and all that. And then after that, she brings out the needle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool. So the first needle goes in, and I feel it, and I'm like, all right, cool, it's not that bad. And then she takes it out, and then I'm like, all right, time to drill. She brings out another needle, and I'm like, oh, shit. And this needle, she puts it in, and this one I felt it a lot more than the first one. And I was like, ugh. And I start fiddling with my fingers and stuff. And then
Bro, she broke it in your mouth.
and then after that, I feel her like pull it out, and when she pulls it out, I feel like the most bitterest taste in my mouth, and it was that the medicine like went into my mouth. I started.
Oh,
And
snap.
I started to like gag and shit, bro, and it was just nasty. It was just the nastiest taste I had.
She never
ever.
injected it into your
No,
gum.
yeah. She just put the needle in, and then I guess wasn't a good spot, so she took it out, and
she
and
left
then-
it
leaking.
injected in your mouth.
Yeah,
No,
so
it
then
was leaking like when, because
it was leaking. Yeah, basically, whenever she took it out, it was leaking. And then, bro, it was the nastiest reaction. And at that moment, bro, I started to have like a panic attack, bro.
Yeah.
It was the worst experience ever, bro, because I just felt my whole body just like start to like sweat, and I was like, I couldn't taste anything.
And it's like
but
you can't get up real fast and like.
nah, bro.
I would
Damn.
have got up if I would have been like, you don't make me feel comfortable, because to me it's like, why she have to poke you twice?
Well, cause
Usually they tell you there's
Well, it's
because
they got a numb. They got a numb.
they're
different
gonna put
locations.
three. They're gonna give me 3 shots essentially.
But she told you I'm gonna give you 3 shots.
Yeah.
And then
But
She was on the second one.
did she finish the procedure? Did you let her finish the procedure?
nah, bro, because I had a really bad anxiety attack. I had a really, really bad anxiety attack, like really, really, really bad. I'm not even kidding, like.
Nah, but it makes sense, bro.
Like I went pale and all this shit, bro, and I literally saw like my life, like
What did Jessica say?
she was like, yeah, I've seen it happen with her. And then basically, so then I asked them, all right, what did you guys inject me with? Cause like,
Did they make you like, hey, spit it out real quick? Like.
nah, I mean they brought me water, so I like was able to like rinse my
So
mouth out.
it's like it's consumable.
Yeah, it's just really, really bitter, bro. It's
Okay.
really,
Is
really.
it supposed to be consumed that way?
No, it's obviously through a shot, so it's like
right, but
direct
so
injection.
Is it bad?
No, I'm fine, obviously, but it was just really bitter, and especially when you're going through a procedure in your mouth and then all that. And then I look it up, and they gave me epinephrine is what it's called, and it's basically there is a part that I'm reading about this drug that it says strong emotions such as fear, anger cause epinephrine to be released into the bloodstream, which causes an increase in heart rate, muscle strength, blood pressure, and sugar metabolism. And I'm like,
Wow.
damn, before that I barely had any sugar in my system, so like I feel like that was a factor. And like I had a weird ass night last night. I felt like I had sleep paralysis last night, and it was pretty crazy. And that wasn't last night, actually, it was the night before, but it's just been a little struggle to sleep the last couple of nights. And
hell?
yeah, bro, so I don't know if
Sleep
all
paralysis, how do you even?
you never had
You
that.
never had that?
Well, that just let's go down that Pandora's box. Let's open that Pandora's box.
Well, first of all, the whole thing is that
I know what it is, but what does it feel
my
like?
whole
'Cause
thing
I've
is
never
my
had
whole
that.
thing is the
You
whole,
never had that?
my whole
I
thing
get
is
restless leg syndrome.
the whole thing about this is how that this drug will kind of like intensify that, if you will.
Yeah,
like,
enhance it.
because
is
it
what
says
he's trying to
strong
say.
emotions such as fear, anger cause epinephrine to be released in the bloodstream, and like I had it in my bloodstream, and then that happened, and I don't know if it was like all that, and then the last time I had cavities taken out, I remember I was a kid, bro. They had to strap me down. I don't know if you remember that. back
Oh,
then.
so you hate the
Damn.
dentist?
Well, I had a trauma. And now after that, I've been able to go to the dentist. I got all my 4 wisdom teeth taken out in high school, so like I've been to the dentist and I've gotten procedures done, but it's like it was this one specifically that it was just a little. I don't know how to explain it.
It was triggering.
It was triggering, and it was weird, bro. And then basically they were like, oh, we're not gonna be able to give you this drug anymore because the way you reacted to it.
But I feel like, yeah, but how was the energy of the doctor doing the procedure?
She was chill, bro. She was really cool.
How did she handle you tripping out?
She was chill about it. She was like, it's not the first time I've seen someone like react. Like
And then-
to a
and
medicine.
then back
So
to
did
the
you turn
sleep-
into the Hulk, bro? Did
Back-
you like?
Nah.
Back to the sleep paralysis. How does that? How do you feel?
Bro,
what is that
it's
about?
like, dog, it feels like there was, first of all, before I even went to sleep, I felt like there was something in my room not allowing me to sleep.
really.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Some
So
people believe so. Like,
you're going to, you're feeling like it's like a spiritual thing.
no. A lot of people take it as a spiritual way. Like if a demon is on top of you and it doesn't like, there's this whole thing about it.
I
How
mean, there's so
yeah.
many forms of it. You're right.
yeah,
right.
yeah. They're like there's people who look at it that way. Where
But
it's
what
like,
was his experience? Is what I'm trying to see.
Well, like I said, for me, it was just
Something
like
in
at
there didn't
first
let
I just felt like there was something. Like I remember laying on my stomach, right, and then my head down and stuff, and like you just feel something like almost like it's like wants to like crawl up on you. And it sounds like now you want to
Yeah.
say, but childish almost because you feel like it's a monster. But it's just it literally almost feels like that fear
Yeah.
when you're a kid.
Yeah.
and it was just weird the way the energy that I felt that night. And then yeah, bro, after the whole sleep during that moment that I had that thing, I just felt like there was just something hovering over me, like, and I would
Yeah,
look, I
I've-
could see something from the corner of my eye, but I couldn't really make out what
Yeah.
it was, bro.
I've had that happen to me
Really?
4
It was weird.
times. 4 times in my life, I've had that.
Yeah,
sleep
it's happened to me
paralysis.
before, but it's been a long time.
But,
It's happened
like-
to me
What do
recently.
you think is the cause, or what kind of stress is, or what?
A lot of things that I'm going through that you know what I mean, that it's the uncertainty, I would have to say, of the future for myself.
It's well,
For me
I mean,
personally,
from the medical
but-
point of view, what it is, it's your body is like your mind is conscious, but your body is not connected yet for you to move. So like you want to move your body, but you can't move it because your body is still, in a sleep mode, but your mind is awake. So like that's what it is.
Well, from what I've seen, I mean, sleep paralysis could also take you into astral projection and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like where you see your body laying there and your spirit is watching your body lay there and stuff like that. But that's why I was asking to what depth is he feeling the emotion and the.
So for me, I didn't feel it get to that point. For me, I felt it. It was more like I felt that thing over me, but I didn't feel like I got that astral projection thing. At some point, I woke up in a cold sweat, bro. Like real
That's
bad cold
crazy.
sweat.
you weren't like la sangre de Cristo.
You
Oh
know,
heck yeah, bro! For
yeah.
sure, bro.
I've done that.
Immediately
I've done that.
As
I'm
immediately
not
as
gonna
after I woke up, and the crazy thing is that I was there laying there and I was seeing it off from the corner and I couldn't wake myself up. That's the paralysis part. Is not being able to like immediately like wake up and just be like back into reality.
I don't want to get vulnerable, but I can see how that happens with At least not in that sense, but in like, because if you're saying it like it's like a like spiritual, because I've been going through a lot in the last 8 months to where I'm seeing a lot of things spiritually. Like I can see I'm living in the physical, right? But then there's something that happens, and then the reflection of what happened makes me see it spiritually, like through the lens of what like look at the situation beneath the surface, don't scratch the surface, right? So, like for instance, a while ago it was like a issue that happened, and then there was a comment made that they were like, if I can't sleep, you can't sleep. And then like to know what I'm dealing with and know what they're dealing with, and it's like what if they're dealing with something like that they don't even know about, you know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause it's deep, you know, like we don't even know what we allow, you know. Sometimes there's stuff that is out there trying to linger, and if you ain't cut the tie with it, it's still lingering around, poking its head, trying to fuck with
It goes
you.
back to the root thing, man.
Right.
Above all else, guard your heart, right?
Right.
All right, what do you allow into your house? What do you allow into your
and I'm proud
bedroom?
to say that, like for me, it's just you start realizing more and more how you can say the spiritual aspects of it, how it comes after you and whatnot, and it's a crazy thing, y'all. So I would have to say how you said, man, guard your heart above all else.
Yeah, I've also had an experience with sleep paralysis. The last time was probably like 2-3 years ago.
For real.
And I basically, I felt like Mauricio was saying. I just remember waking up like having like some sort of nightmare. I don't remember the exact nightmare, but I just remember waking up and I was like sweaty. It was
It's
hot.
like a weight over you.
Yeah,
that
and
you
then-
can't get off.
And then what Manny's saying exactly, I felt like I couldn't even like get up, man. I could barely even roll over my eyes. That's the best I could even do, and to the point where I even felt like, I think the nightmare ended with me. Like I felt like my soul was being dragged out of like some sort of exorcist thing. Like that's how I felt. And
Yeah,
then-
that's what he's talking about, like the astral, right? Like the astral plane, like where that can happen.
Yeah, and then that's when I
But
like
that astral projection is more or less your conscious mind projecting out, not something pulling you out. So something pulling you out would be something more, I would say, extreme, because astral projection is usually your subconscious mind like pulling your conscious mind out of its body.
because I think that
So
was
that-
my nightmare. That's how I ended, and that's when I woke up. And then when I
Bro,
woke
it's a
up,
trip to hear you guys say that. Like,
I couldn't even like get my.
Well, a lot
body
of
up.
people experience it. They just don't talk
No,
about
I'm saying I don't know if I've experienced it, because I don't know if my issues, I don't remember my dreams. I haven't remembered a dream in a while, and I kind of like it like that sometimes, because sometimes you remember it's nightmares, and I don't want to remember a nightmare, because nightmare is only a bad dream. You know what I'm saying?
it. Yeah.
But you know what I hate? I do constantly wake up to my wife crying in her sleep. Like crying, bro, to the point like a couple days ago I just had to shut her up. Like, yo, like calm down. Like, yo, you tripping right now. Like, and it was like 4 a.m. She was just crying, bro. Like, but it was like a trip, bro, because I didn't know. She was just saying names and like talking to somebody in her dreams. And then I've also had dreams where she's saying my name in her sleep and she's crying, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I've had times where she's just like so I've seen her go through certain situations, but I never like.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of
Experienced it
people.
myself.
That's the whole different other thing. Now you're getting into the field of like people who sleep talk.
That's crazy,
And-
right?
and-
Sleepwalk and shit like that. Like,
Well, I
know-
never dealt with anybody who sleepwalks.
Enzo, my son
But I've
sleepwalks.
I've dealt with people who sleep talk. Like one of my roommates used to sleep talk, and also my mom does too. So I've dealt with that where like, you know, like you gotta like randomly hear them. Like you're like, you know, you randomly hear them say something or blur something out,
Bro.
and you're like,
Enzo sleepwalks, and it's the creepiest thing ever, bro. Like, he'll wake up and just get up, walk, and stand in front of like where Marley is, and then turn around and stand in front of our door. Cause I'm watching it on the cameras, bro. And it's
Mhm.
the creepiest shit.
well, it's because you're watching it on a black and white,
Right.
Yeah, and
But
that's
it's
all
like-
creepy.
but
You're
he-
like, it looks like paranormal activity.
But it's a trip because he don't wake. It doesn't seem like he wakes up until he's in next to my wife's side of the bed,
Mm.
and then like we turn the lights on, and then that's when he starts rubbing his eyes. But the whole time there, he's just like like damn near.
Yeah, and you're not
bro.
supposed
like,
to do anything to them.
Right, like it's a trip. But
Because if you do something to them, like you can traumatize them.
But he's very good at it now. But there's days where he like, or else he'll just get back up out of our bed at like 4 a.m. and then go back to his bed. And then like when I look at the cameras again, bro, he looks like he's about to hit the wall, and then last minute turns, and I'm like, bro, are you sleepwalking? And I'm like, and then when I ask him the next day, he don't remember. Hey, where did you sleep last night? In my bed. And then I'm like, bro, you slept with us. What the hell? You don't remember getting up to our room?
Like, what you mean?
And then it's funny, bro.
He's like, I woke up in my bed, though.
Bro, you know how I know he's my son, too?
Yeah.
Bro, Maurice, tell me why he's like my brother. He got this foot fetish where he gotta look at your toes and look between them and
fuck?
Yeah, bro. My brother has this thing where even my mom, you'll go to my parents' house and he's going through my mom's toes, like, you know.
I have no idea what he's talking about, yo.
He's pleading the fifth. He's pleading the fifth right now. It's my mom's feet, bro. We're talking about my parents. Come on.
My mom's feet.
And like, you know, like he does that to his mom, you know. And then like I got more of a athlete's foot type of foot, so like. My girl's like, don't let him touch your feet because you got fungus. And I'm like, I don't got fungus, athlete's foot. She's like, it's a type of fungus. And then it's funny because I got flakes that would come off, right? And like, he would just start trying to pick at it and pull it. And I'm like, dog, you remind me just like my brother, bro. It's just so creepy and shit. It's like family. It's not a foot fetish. I mean, I wouldn't call that a foot fetish.
It's not a foot fetish.
It's just like he wants to be a professional manicurist, pedicurist.
Definitely.
But
I mean, I would have to say Enzo has a fetish for pimples. So.
I do.
Oh yeah, you do.
I like popping pimples.
Yeah, you like popping them.
Hey, what can I say? I like watching.
Dude,
Dr.
I tripped out when the one that you did when you were cutting my hair, and I had one in the back of my neck, and you used that little device. Like it's like perfect for squeezing them and whatnot.
Yeah,
and it just like brings it out perfectly.
I don't know what it was. You know what it was, guys? Like when I was young, I used to have a lot of bad acne. And I was trying to figure out how to get rid of it, and then sometimes I would just grab a needle and pop my own shit, and like it was painful because there was a lot of trial and error and shit. It scarred my face up a lot, but then now that I see like this is like Dr. Pimple Popper and all that, like, bro, I've even hashtag blackheads on Instagram just to see people extract blackheads. And sat there for hours on end, like right before bedtime, and like knock out watching that shit. It's just weird to me. I don't know why.
It's
like
your fascination.
I don't know. It's like a weird thing I like to see. And then I like to do it to people too, cause like sometimes, like, it's just if I can remove it from you, it makes me feel better, and then it's also like your face looks better, bro.
Yeah, no, I remember. Like I said, you did one when you were giving me the fade, and I remember that one. You're like,
usually those on the back of people's head are ingrowns though.
Yeah, and you just told me like, all right, you know, and you did that one for me.
Under your chin are ingrowns.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, just to switch topics up, man. What do you guys think about OnlyFans reversing their?
Well, first of all, we got to give the whole context of what happened, right?
That's what I was gonna say, Lord. Let me finish.
Like, all right.
So they reversed. You know, a couple of days ago, they called and said that they were gonna go away from porn starting October 1st, right?
Well, technically, they weren't going to eliminate all porn. That's what a lot of people were misunderstood. It's not that they were going to... A lot of people thought, like, oh, they're just removing all
the sexual explicitness of sex, with like the act. They were going to allow you to be nude.
Yeah, you could do nudity, but you can't do
pornography.
Yeah, no
pornography. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, like, that was going to take a lot of people's income, though.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people...
The people that actually do the pornographic side of it.
Yeah, because, like, it's funny if you guys go on Twitter and you guys read the threads of OnlyFans chicks, like the people what they say is like, it's sad because like some dudes really are taking advantage.
Savages.
They take advantage of the fact that they're not talking to females, so they use that to talk to females. But
well, yeah, I forget the term that it's called, but it's like you're building a bond with them that normally you would build like with your girlfriend or with someone that you're with. But instead you're just having this like kind of virtual relationship with them, right?
It's kind of like a fantasy or something.
Yeah, and the other thing is that you don't deal so much with bullshit, you're just getting the good side, right? The girl's pretending and she's pretending to be happy, So a lot of guys do that stuff, bro.
That shit's crazy because it's like the girls were tripping on like they're about to lose their income, and then
the ones that were, but see, but the other thing that they're not looking at is like the majority of the people that they have on that platform. That's what they're putting out.
Right. But it was funny.
You know, you would lose so many
like
content creators
going in on the girls that did it. That they were like, you guys are about to
go back to McDonald's,
Subway, and all that. But then when they get reversed today, now all these girls are posting shit like, well, I guess but it's basically financial. Like the bankers assured the creditors assured the bankers that they were still going to put the money, invest in the company. So that's why they reversed it and shit. So
because the whole thing was that the banks didn't want to work with the company because they didn't want to be associated with that, right? Or be associated with the whole pornographic aspect of it. That was the whole point. That was the whole argument why they were going to reverse it. But then here's what you could also argue, right? That they would have died out. Why? Because that's what happened to Tumblr. I don't know if you remember what happened to Tumblr. With Tumblr, in the beginning was like you could post anything, blog anything, right? And it eventually became a pornographic thing as well, where people were just posting a bunch of nudes.
It was like Twitter, but I feel like the reason why Tumblr died is more because of Twitter, not because of.
But the other thing is that a few years ago,
still out there. It's just not as popular.
No. But a few years ago, what was keeping them afloat, right, was that they still had that side, that pornographic side to it.
And then
they took it off. They cleaned it off. Now a lot of people don't even use Tumblr.
Right, and then what they also did was they tried to steer towards like the Pinterest type of
vibe.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like they just try to rebrand.
Pinterest is already there.
Sometime thumbnail was it? Tumblr was there first. It's just when they when they rebranded, they tried to do the Pinterest style. And it's
Pinterest
hard
is already there.
Right,
though,
it's hard to do something like that when you already got somebody that's got the niche down. And
they perfected it.
So, but as far as these girls, I mean, they got their niche down. I mean, I'm indifferent. I could care less as long as, I hope my daughter doesn't want to be an OnlyFans one day. That shit's scary.
Hey, man, fast money comes with slow problems, right?
I mean, shit, fast money comes with fast problems too, no?
Yeah, it can sometimes.
Shit, I don't know. It's
For me, it's like you got to have an exit strategy. That's all I'm saying.
It just sucks because Kevin Samuels was said to have, called it, and then they just called his shit. But it's almost like, what if all these girls that are crying about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're also, I mean, if they're selling that online, I would only assume, and I'm only here assuming, don't kill me on this, that they might be doing some type of high-end escort work too. So where it's like they were like the baddest 1% of the girls that are on these OnlyFans sites and the porn and all that, right? They're getting called up by 1% of men too, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And those 1% of men are the ones that run banks and run institutions and financial institutions and corporations and companies like OnlyFans, like banks, like creditors, right? So I'm just throwing it out there. Like, what if they felt the pressure from the girls that were like, oh, we're not going to do this anymore because you're going to kill our other side of the money? Because it's like girls now are making money through that and then through so many avenues, not only fans. Like, if you're really tricking that ass, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, I mean, it opens opportunities that you never thought would be there, I definitely agree with that in that sense.
We should definitely get an OnlyFans girl on just to see how that, what that type of lifestyle and what they do.
Well, how do they change? Yeah.
Or how how their life changed from before OnlyFans.
Yeah, like to now.
Yeah.
Like how they changed, how they became.
Right.
Yeah, and it's also interesting too. I mean, I've heard a few interviews with some of those girls. It's also interesting when you see the progression, where like some girls begin with like, oh, I'm gonna do no nudity, nothing. Like, they just start off with simple bikini pics, and then it slowly, surely, you see the progression of what as they ask guys what do they want, it always ends up to that location. So like that progression of like I started just wanting to do this, and then it evolves.
I remember there was this one girl, she was like Mexican, and she was like, when she blew up, she was like 16 or 17. Fuck. She's like, her name is like Jaylene or something like that. Like, she had the biggest behind in the world, bro. Like, but she was like,
oh, I know who you're talking about.
She started.
But she doesn't have an OnlyFans though.
Well, that she created her own app.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And I was.
But I
tripping
don't think
'cause,
she
like,
does nudity though.
Like,
I know who you're talking about.
I
though, yeah.
was like, I was single when I downloaded her app, bro. I ain't gonna front, and it was damn near nudity, bro. It was just like, that's why I was always like, yo, what?
Like what? Like her hand over her boobs?
Nah,
or
she
like,
would do a lot of wet stuff. Where I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like, and then now when I see her, I'm like,
But if you think
I
about
don't think
it,
she
I
has
mean,
OnlyFans though. Nah, I don't.
I don't think so. The reason I don't.
But a lot of girls
yeah.
do that, where like.
But
even
that's
the
what
OnlyFans
Paige
are
Van Zandt did, where she did her own page.
her own page.
Rachel
does.
Ostovich, like she did
But
her
I
own
think
page.
I haven't seen. You know, I want to. We would have to like look into Rachel. I would want to see into Rachel's because it's like, what are you posting that you can't post on Instagram? I mean, you're a UFC.
Who knows?
You're a
Yeah.
UFC bare knuckle fighter.
Well, ex-UFC, current bare knuckle.
You don't think she'll go back to UFC?
I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll have to see about that, y'all.
It's a
but
trip, man. This OnlyFans thing is crazy.
yeah,
It is.
It's gonna be an ongoing
It's
trend because
crazy.
we've
It's
talked about it
crazy
since the beginning of
because
this podcast.
for me, it's just like
What? No, we've been talking about it.
for me, it's
we've talked about it since the beginning of this
yeah,
podcast.
since the beginning of this podcast,
Since we
we
started
talked about it.
the current.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
podcast.
because for me, my argument at the beginning when this whole pandemic happened and we started the pod, I said like this is what's keeping the economy afloat.
Whoa, you think just OnlyFans keep?
Oh no, OnlyFans, pornography, and webcamming.
I mean, maybe a percentage, but
You have to think of how webcam, dude. You have to think about how
that's not
webcam.
the end all be all, bro.
No,
There's so
no.
many other
I know,
things going on
but I'm
that-
saying like this is one of. I'm not saying this is all end all be all, but it's a majority thing though. Yeah, all right. Put
I would go with my brother about it being a small percentage of keeping the economy afloat. Sex sells, but not. I feel like it was more of a pastime.
unless
bro. First of all,
unless Jeff Bezos and Amazon are involved in that, I would have to say that Amazon was keeping
first
And
of all,
Walmart,
Amazon
Target,
logistics and stuff like
yeah,
that. You know
I
what
would.
I mean?
I would.
Think-
yeah,
think
I would
about
agree with
this.
my brother on that one.
think about this.
I'll give it like a 2%.
How we were stuck at home, right? People can't go out, do anything.
Speak for yourself. I was working.
You were working. Majority of
I wasn't
people
afraid
can't
of it,
go
bro.
out. Okay. If you're at home, and especially if that person lives at home alone, especially in the beginning of this, where everybody's just locked down, they don't know what's happening. A lot of people turned it to the webcam industry to
But-
just get
if
a
you-
human reaction.
But bro, if we're gonna really do that, you gotta break it down to it's not a lot of people, because for one, it's not really women on OnlyFans, it's more majority men. So you can't generalize that and say it's people when it's like we don't know the numbers of how many men during the downtime of COVID really. I mean, for sure they jumped out, like they got on the wave, but once the lockdowns were lifted,
yeah.
they also must have lost money or you know what I'm saying, seeing drops when bars opened up again. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
no.
right now, like, just to kind of shift things, and since we're going there, what's keeping things from like maybe even opening up fully or going back to closing is this whole vaccination stuff. You know what I mean? And now that Pfizer got their FDA
so
approval,
OnlyFans might get affected again and go up again with value. Hey, aren't they getting?
FDA got approved for Pfizer though, or FDA approved Pfizer's.
Doesn't the FDA approve cigarettes too?
They approve so much bullshit.
I know, but a lot of the argument for a lot of people, and I
Was-
think I
yeah.
heard you say it at one time, Enzo, was
It's got to be
FDA approved.
I said I would consider it.
Okay, well now we're talking about it.
Did you not hear that? I
Okay,
remember
well
saying
then,
that too.
okay, so
and I
then
emphasized
are you
that.
considering it now?
How? And he just said something that the FDA approved.
Ah, look
My
at this
consideration
guy.
doesn't mean it. What
Okay,
is
so
a
what
is a consideration?
Why are you going on
what
the
is
question? Are you going to consider
He
it now,
moved-
yes or no?
He moved the goalpost. That's
What is
he
a
just did right now.
consideration?
Are you going to consider it, yes or no?
What does a consideration mean?
You tell me. You're the one that's saying you're considering it. Consideration, yes or
what do you
no?
mean I'm telling-
Yes
if
or
I'm
no?
If I'm the one saying,
Are you going to
I'm
consider it,
considering
yes
it.
or no, though? Now that it's been FDA approved.
no, I'm not considering.
Okay, cool. That was my question.
You know why I'm not considering it? Because
Why?
25% of the new cases in Los Angeles County are fully vaccinated people.
But then
How many of those are Pfizer?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, but
That's the thing about statistics, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I learned statistics back
Hey,
in,
bro,
in
I
thing,
don't
that
know,
was the
but
only thing I
this
hate
is
about
what the
statistics.
studies are
Is that
showing.
when people see a statistic, they'll like run with it, and I'm not just saying you, but anybody will run with it,
Yeah.
and without
that's
knowing
fact.
not knowing that at the end of the day, statistics they have so many things
variables,
to it, many variables to it.
And the other thing is like, all right, when they're giving that,
who did they ask?
So yeah,
where did they go ask? What's the sample size?
So if you're countering my statistics,
I'm not countering. I'm just trying to say anything statistic.
You are. So
are
what's your? Are you gonna take the vaccine then?
No.
So then, why are you even countering? Why are you even countering my argument?
I'm not countering. I'm just explaining what a statistic. Sometimes the faultiness of a statistic is. Because that 25%. I get what you mean about the 25%, but then they say
a question and then you went, oh no.
When they say because the statistic is the 25% of cases in Los Angeles, right?
County, yeah.
Los Angeles County. All right, so then we start to ask, where did they go to get those information? Where in Los Angeles County? You know what I mean? And again, what was the sample size? Because
we would have to follow the link.
Yeah. But even then, it's not going to give you all that information. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
That's the sad part.
I
didn't realize all these things until I took a statistics
They do give
class.
you footnotes, and at the end they give you where their sources, so you just have to follow the sources, follow the links, go down the rabbit hole, and it's like...
No, I know, but all those details of where, of how, of who they asked, of how they found it out, if these people are actually
because these are
fully vaccinated.
These are my statistics. Annually.
So you took the sample?
No, my statistics. Annually,
so you took the sample. You said my
statistics.
Statistics.
Annually, I see about 3,000 people a year to cut their hair. Like, so I haven't even felt a symptom yet. I mean, knock on wood, you know, but it's like, and I've heard people around me still.
Pierre says get the vax.
That's Pierre. I'm not. He works for the city.
But Pfizer.
Pierre works for the city now. They told him he had to get it. He didn't want to get it.
But Pfizer. First of all, where has Pfizer done their sampling?
I don't know. You tell me.
In Israel. Before Israel volunteered their people to be the experiment for Pfizer. So Pfizer's already on the third phase of this. They're the most advanced and most ahead. That's why they got the FDA approval.
So you're gonna take it?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
When are you gonna take it?
I gotta go schedule it and just go get it.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Manny Amaya is taking the vaccine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Did you take Pfizer, Byron?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Well, I feel good, but every now and then I feel like muscle aches, but I don't know. Not really aches, but I don't know.
You go to the gym every day, bro.
So I'm assuming it's that. But other than that, I don't really feel anything.
I mean, I don't think you're not supposed to feel anything. The only thing that if you do get COVID, you're not supposed to feel like you're like shitty or whatever.
The thing I do kind of trip out, I'm not gonna lie, is once it gets to the cold season again, how am I gonna react to that? You know, because I took it, what, like in April?
Well, they're saying there's booster shots, that people need a booster shot, so it's like, oh, next year. So in 9 months, 10 months, 12 months, are you gonna take another booster?
Gotta do what we gotta do, right?
I mean, if you survived well before without it, why are you gonna take it now? That's my logic behind it. I'm fine. Been cool.
That's okay.
So
we can agree to disagree.
I'm asking you, why are you considering it if you've been fine up to this point? What did only solely FDA approving?
Yeah,
them?
exactly.
I thought you're gonna say that OnlyFans convinced.
You're like, what got convinced you?
I mean, shit, the Pfizer convincing that.
Yeah, no, bro, I'm telling you that how Pfizer has conducted their things. That's what's made me like, all right, you know.
It's crazy.
Yeah. All right.
Moving on.
Next.
I mean, first of all, before we even move on next, we have to talk about how Delta Airlines is going to start docking their
employees
more insurance.
So
and how is this going to continue to trend to other ones?
So basically, Delta Airlines
pushing people more and more to vaccinate.
Told their employees that if they don't get vaccinated, their health insurance is going to go up by $200 a month. So now it's like messing with their money if they don't get vaxxed. So that's what Delta's going to do.
That's crazy.
You guys think other airlines are going to follow this airway?
No, well, other airlines have decided other ways. I mean, this is just the way Delta's going with it. But other airlines have decided to do their own methods and their own ways of, how to get people vaccinated of their employees. Yeah.
All right, so
2021, y'all.
we're gonna scoot into some waves real quick right here. I want to start off with the cover of Nevermind, the Nirvana album. So basically, the baby that was on there naked, which his name is Spencer Eldon, who is now 30 years old, has filed a suit in the U.S. District Court, Central District of California, seeking at least $150,000 in damages from each of about 10 defendants. So basically, he's going after everyone that's remaining in the band, and even Kurt Cobain's estate, and I think his estranged, or not estranged, his wife, better said. So, you know, and he's basically claiming child pornography and that they never got the real consent from either the parents or anyone like that. You know what I mean? So he even said even himself, and I'm like, bro, you're a baby. Consent for you guys was not a thing back then. You guys are barely getting that as babies. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but it is a strange album cover, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's a strange one.
Is his pee showing?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
On the original, yeah.
I mean, this is.
I mean, the one that they've been putting on the news, it's blurred out.
I mean, you know what? I'm a Nirvana fan, and it sucks. It's just a different time that they were living.
There's a lot of
in.
good songs on that album.
The whole album is a playthrough album.
Yeah.
It's a classic. It's modern rock, but it sucks because well, at that time it was modern rock.
It's funny because in 2015 he has a quote where he says, "I might have one of the most famous penises in the music industry, but no one would ever know that to look at me. Sooner or later, I would want to create a print of a real deal reenactment shot completely naked. Why not? I think it would be fun."
Yeah,
Who says that?
He said that. So it's like that's
but
another
I said
thing.
this on the last episode. You should be allowed to change your opinion and evolve.
Yeah.
So, but for
the majority
motive,
of his life,
the
he's
motive
been
behind,
saying, "Oh, it's cool," but now it's
we're
not.
in a cancel culture in a sensitive time. The motive behind it, and also suing, there could be a financial motive. Maybe he's broke. Maybe he's lost his job. Maybe COVID has affected him to the point where he needs money, and that's the scapegoat is the album cover. It could be that. It could be so many things. Who knows?
Yeah. So they're claiming child pornography and all this thing, and how.
What do you guys claim?
I mean, like for me, like I think it's wrong. I mean, especially if you know, like he says his parents didn't give consent to it. That if you're claiming, right? If you're claiming your parents didn't give consent to it,
but did that change your opinion of the album before you even?
Oh no, I'm still gonna listen to that album.
Let me tell you guys something right here. It says the lawsuit further claims that by altering the image to include the dollar bill on a fish hook, they made him look like a sex worker.
Wow,
that was a good one.
Wow, man.
Yeah, so
I mean, they can make any interpretation.
Yeah, it's out of context.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
because like that's what art does, right? When you do
open
art,
interpretation.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Manny, tell me about Ron Jeremy.
What? Who's that? Because apparently you didn't know who it was.
Oye, te vas a hacer.
Who's that, bro?
Está haciendo los pelitos.
You tell me, bro.
He's your idol, bro.
He looks like your tío for one.
He looks like
it's fucked up.
El tío de Manny.
Every family has a Ron Jeremy. Has an uncle. Is that what you're trying to say?
You're a savage. Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't put that on me.
Basically, that guy got accused sexually molesting 30 people. You can look it up. Just double check me. Right now, there's a case going on against him. The guy's already pretty old, you know, but it's crazy that, you know, during this time, that's what's going on, you know. I mean, he worked, you know, in the porn industry for a long time, so I mean, it's not far fetched. It is a possibility.
Didn't he start somewhere else and then move to porn? Wasn't he like on sitcoms first or something?
I don't know his whole trajectory, bro.
His trajectory?
Yeah, I don't know it.
So, ¿qué pasó con Spider-Man?
So I mean, have you guys seen the trailer?
Yeah, it has the Dr. Octopus.
You haven't seen the trailer, Enzo?
No.
It has Dr. Octopus in it, bro.
Bro, I had to work, bro. I cut hair. I'm not fucking chilling.
Bro! don't give us that bullshit, bro.
Trailer, bro. I didn't say
Trailer,
bro.
yeah, you guys.
You watch videos all day while you work. What do you mean?
Not trailers. What the fuck am I watching a 2-minute trailer for? Like I watch videos.
No, but you said I don't have time to watch anything.
Yeah,
And
because you
it's
probably
like,
sent that on the phone, and I'm on my phone all day. Like I'm just not, bro. You know I'm cutting hair. I barely glance at my phone when I'm fucking cutting hair. Like,
oh my god.
All right, so for
you
those
guys
of
act
you guys,
brand new. Like you guys don't know what my profession is. Like I can you guys know my times at
You
work
had me
too.
dead, bro.
Shit. It takes me 30 minutes to drive to work too. You want me to fucking get in a 405 accident just to read a fucking DM you guys or something?
Going to the extreme.
I know.
You guys are funny.
So yeah, back to the movie, to the whole trailer and all that. So
Yeah, explain the trailer because I haven't seen it. I was like, oh my god, you haven't seen the trailer? Oh my god. That's what you guys right now like. Fuck.
I'm surprised you haven't seen the trailer, especially
A
the
lot of people
memes,
have
all the
seen it,
things
bro,
that have
yeah.
came up on social
I haven't
media.
even seen the memes, bro.
It's like Byron saying he hasn't seen the crate challenge, bro. It's like
Sad out there.
I know, right?
He did claim that.
Hey, he was right. That was his truth, right, man?
No, it wasn't. Once he saw it, he was like, "Oh yeah, I've seen that."
Actually, nah, he kept saying that it was the first time he seen it. And he was like, he kept telling me, he's like, bro, now that we spoke about it, it keeps coming up on my feed. And I'm like,
For
bro,
real.
I was like, dog, it's been there. Your ass was just not paying attention.
I don't think I follow enough things to show me Spider-Man.
You talked to me about Looper, so I kind of don't believe that.
I haven't been on YouTube Looper. I've been on GameRex. Been watching a lot of Ghost of Tsushima videos because I'm like playing
The
PS5 again.
algorithm works a lot. Larry.
It switches
My point
on
is
you
that,
though.
all right, so it picks off from Far From Home. I think it was the last one that we had for Spider-Man. And at the end of that, he gets outed as Peter Parker being Spider-Man, right? And yeah, I think it's Far From Home. And now we're going to No Way Home. And so, he's outed about it, and then he's like walking into school, and he's getting interrogated by the police and the whole trailer and everything like that. And there's a point where he gets like frustrated with it, so he wants to go. Basically, he asks Doctor Strange, "Is there any way we can wipe people's memory so that they can forget about?" He's like, "Yeah, let's try it out." Basically, you know what I mean? And then he has this guy that works with him at the Sanctus Sanctorum, I think that's what it's called, and his name is Wong, which is going to be coming out in Shang-Chi in a couple of weeks. And he's telling him, Doctor Strange, don't use that spell, it's dangerous. He's like, yeah. So they're still doing it, and then basically Peter Parker, as he's doing the spell, Peter's like, oh, but is there any way we can keep certain people so they can still know and other people don't? And then he's like, shut up, like, I'm doing this, right? And at some point, the whole thing, like, where they're doing it, it explodes, and then it's the whole theory is that it's been exploded into the multiverse, and then we get past villains like Dr. Octopus from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2, Alfred Molina. We saw the Green Goblin's pumpkin bomb, and they're saying that that's also from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, and we're also seeing Jamie Foxx come back as Electro, possibly the Lizard, possibly Sandman as well. So far 5 villains in one movie. Nothing has been seen in the trailer about other Spider-Mans, but that's another heavy rumor that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are coming in. So
This sounds a lot like the video game.
exactly, and so
If you've played the first one.
so they're looking to bring all this into the next one and end the year with a bang, because Shang-Chi is like a virtually new character that they're introducing. So a lot of people are like, "What was this?" But I'm still gonna go watch it. The Eternals is another thing that a lot of people are. Like,
Now
"What
that
was this?"
is
That's
the
the one
trailer I've seen.
That's the one I'm hyped
But that
for.
one caught my eye way, like when they first
Yeah.
dropped the first trailer, I was like, what the fuck is this? And then just how they're going to wrap it all together.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But it's all connected.
That's a trailer that I'm really-
just like how you say.
Well, that's a
connected.
movie you
hey,
really
guys
want to watch.
see how my whole phrase from the beginning of the podcast coming full circle now? It's all
Well, at
connected.
the end of the day, yes, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But
Don't-
that's where Spider-Man's at, and
Check the
man,
aisles.
that's something I'm looking forward to for the end of the year, December 17th. Central American storms that are going on right now in Salvador have impacted I would say the coast of it, but a lot of parts
The
of
economy?
it as well. But it's rain season out there.
It's tropical. It's normal. That's usually what's going on, right?
For the most part, but it's still a lot that they're dealing with. If you guys remember when we had our podcast back when we started,
Yeah,
they were having it
hurricane.
at unusual times though.
Yeah, they had the hurricane pass through.
Yeah. So right now they're experiencing something like that as well, And I think there was even an earthquake not too long ago. There was like a tsunami watch and all this stuff going on right there in Central America. So I pray for my people out there.
Back there.
You know what I mean? And this is the beginning of it. You know, we're just about to go into more and more rain season for them. So it's about to be real. Real. But next thing on the waves is, all right, so we talked about Lil Nas X and his putting his blood in the shoes and all that. And now Tony Hawk is now getting some.
Is he?
Well, no,
Some-
he's not getting.
Well, Lil Nas
getting-
X is the one that pointed it out. more than
He's
anything.
pointing it out that he's not
Explain.
getting no heat for his paint on his skateboard that he's using paint. He's infusing his blood with the paint and painting skateboards with his blood on it.
Yeah.
So, and he has a video of him draining himself of blood to
Mhm.
put in the paint, and it's not satanic to Christians right now, at least.
Well, yeah, that's because he didn't do anything with the devil or the 666
Or
or,
did
the
he?
pentagram.
Or did he?
If you see my fingers here, yeah, because he
I
did
mean,
not use any of those things.
I'm blind right now.
The
okay?
laser.
I'm Stevie
that's
Wonder.
that's why people are like, "Oh, nothing bad about this."
I'm Stevie.
You know. So yeah, a lot of people are taking it as if nothing's wrong or nothing's bad with it, man. And it's
I mean, it just sucks because
the thing is here. This is what I'll tell you about
Lil
what
Nas X is trying to use the white card. That's all he's doing. I'm just kidding.
No,
I said it. There, I said it. I'm just kidding.
like the thing that Little
It's 'cause
Nas
he's
X
white.
did is that he played on all like the Christian tropes, right? So because he grew up, you know, around Christianity and all that, and he wasn't allowed to, you know, be himself and be gay.
He also just said that he's gonna stop doing the gay act and go back to regular.
so
He said that, didn't he tweet that a couple days ago?
I don't know. I don't follow the guy. I don't.
I just seen that like.
I just know that because
spiritual
because he played every trope that you can do. That's why there was a big backlash. You know, he did
And then he also used
did
the
the
Nike,
he did the 666 shoes.
but it was also
he
like
did
an
the
unauthorized
pentagrams.
Nike collaboration.
He did the blood thing, like, you know, he did a lot of things where it's like you're playing on the tropes. He put a verse on it. He put like devil designs on the box. He played a lot of tropes. So of course you're gonna get backlash. Did Tony Hawk do that though? Yeah, we're not saying like it's right what he's doing, right?
But what's wrong with it? What do you think is wrong with him putting blood infused on his skateboards if he's not troping it?
No, I'm explaining to you why
No, that's what I'm saying.
why I
That's why I'm
believe.
posing the question though.
No, hold on. We got to go back to what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is this is why I believe Lil Nas got a lot of backlash compared to why Tony Hawk didn't get a lot of backlash.
Right. And
Right?
That's why
And now the only reason that we're
asking you.
looking at Tony Hawk now is because Lil Nas is saying, like, oh, you guys judge me, but you're not going to judge him. And
So I'm asking you, like I said,
for me, I don't know, man.
do you see something wrong with it?
It's weird.
Okay.
It's weird. I
agree
will
with
tell you that.
I
It's
agree
weird.
with that.
Like I would like it. It doesn't make me want to buy his skateboard or something like that. Like it's weird. Like that. What I mean by that is like the skateboard that has the blood on it. Like I wouldn't want to buy that. I think that's weird.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's just kind of what I was trying to get your 2 cents on.
Mm-hmm.
Not about
If he's for it or not.
right. Like fuck with Lance X. I mean, he's already tweeting that he's not for it. He's just butthurt that everybody came at him.
But that's what I'm telling you. There's gonna be different backlashes because of what you did, right? It's like the way Little Nas did it. He played the tropes, like all the little Christian tropes to get you in trouble. You know, Tony Hawk didn't do that. All he did was just, hey, I'm gonna put my blood in the paint. That's it. He's not playing like he's not putting Christian Bible verses. He's not putting satanic signs. He's not doing any of that to play to those tropes to get that backlash. Obviously, what he's doing is still really weird, bro.
To some
Really
people,
weird.
for
Yeah,
sure.
it's really weird.
To us for sure.
But, you know, at the same time, it's like I understand why he's not getting the same amount of backlash the way Little Nas got it.
Yeah, man. You know, what I mean, and you know, but Tony Hawk, he might start getting some backlash. You know, just give it some time. The internet.
Oh,
do
no.
things.
I mean, you got one of the, you know, most popular people to now put a light on it. Obviously, there's people that are going to talk now.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is with this California stimulus, man. They be giving out like 2-3 rounds of this now,
I
and I
think
haven't
this is
even
the
gotten
third
one.
round. I haven't gotten
I
any
haven't
of
even
them.
gotten one.
And they're saying they're going to give out, it's going to be 600. No, it's also for people that don't have them, but you just have to qualify to the rules. I just don't know what the rules are. I haven't looked into it. I just know that I don't qualify because I haven't got the other ones. You know? But they're giving, it's going to be 600.
It's also on who does your taxes. Did you know?
It's going to be 600, and then on top of that is your 500.
Let's say, okay, so according to qualifying for the
yeah.
Golden State stimulus, have you filed your 2020 taxes?
Yep.
Done that.
Be either a COW EITC recipient and then an ITIN filer who made 75,000 or less. Live in California for more than half of the 2020 tax year. Be a California resident on the date payment is issued. Cannot be claimed as a dependent by another taxpayer.
So are you being claimed by the
Qualify
Nope.
for EITC. Have a taxable earned income of to 30,000. Not use married or RDP filing separately. If married or RDP, meet all other qualifications. So yeah, that was what it was for the first one. No, then the second
Yeah.
one.
So whoever gets this is getting 1,100 for the single person.
What's the catch? That
For the one with kids, I think it's about 1,400 or 1,500.
I saw on Fox LA there was like new stimulus coming, but there's a catch. What's the catch? Does anybody know?
I don't know. You tell me. You said you heard it.
No, I seen it on the headline. I seen that's what you guys sent.
Trying to see what that is. You said Fox 11?
Yeah, one of the stories you guys sent.
Yeah,
was
Byron sent that.
But there's
if
a
you want to look
catch.
at the chat.
to get that stimmy, but then, but there's a catch. I'm like, what? Always got to be some catch along to it.
Byron's going there right now.
I don't see anything about being a catch to it at all, as far as myself goes. On Fox 11 right now.
Just go to the
Nothing going in California. These wildfires.
Yep.
It's only
Well, that happens every year, man.
Every year, man.
That's typical.
And just, I mean, we stopped talking vaccinations, but Moderna has asked the FDA for priority review of its COVID-19 vaccine, which would allow the FDA to take action with a 6-month window, basically to approve it as well.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Well, Kanye West, tell me about him.
I don't know. You tell me.
You tell me. You were telling me all about this outside, about something about his name and about his old
So
house.
Kanye West
Oh,
filed
dang, so
to
you
change
know-
his
you know
name to
everything.
I
Kanye
mean, you were the one that was
Kanye
telling me. I
West
didn't
to
really get
Ye,
it.
because
Yay.
he likes how it's
Yee.
yay, whatever.
Yee.
Ye would be with 2 E's technically.
Yeah.
He likes the way Drake's talking about him right now, so he's like, fuck it, let me just run with it. Because Drake name dropped him on Trippie Redd song, and then after that name drop, he was like, fuck it, let me just file to change my name to what Drake called me, which is, he's already called himself that, but I feel like Drake don't even want to acknowledge him as Kanye, so he just says Yee, like on that song. That's my
And
assumption to
then,
why.
and then they're both
He's-
waiting to see
he's
who
trying,
drops what.
He's trying to troll him with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because then, Kanye dropped Drake's location
Yep.
after,
That was wild.
I get it, yeah. But yeah, I mean, he's also with his. Is he releasing the album
just
for sure
don't-
this
I just
Thursday?
don't-
Is that
I just-
happening?
I just don't want
I don't
Drake
think
to.
so.
I don't want Drake to pull out the purple emojis, man. Because then, Drake, then we're gonna get Kanye walking through Chicago streets. Man, he was talking about my girl, man. That Kiki song is about my girl, Kiki.
Isn't it like he banged their mom, supposedly? There's like a whole thing about like Drake supposedly banged the Kardashians' mom.
I don't know about
You
that.
never heard of that?
I've heard of him.
Google
supposedly-
that, bro.
I've heard of him smashing Kim, but that's why he made Kiki Do You Love Me, and that's why. And then he was saying there was like a bar in one of the songs that your girl works out to me in the gym, and shit like that, and then that was all directed to Kanye. And then now the feud has been reignited now that these albums should be dropping.
Yeah, that's what they're seeing, like who drops first,
Anytime
because they're trying to
soon.
mess with each other.
Supposedly, Kanye asked Drake when he was gonna drop it, and he didn't respond. And they were trying to be cordial, and then Trippie Redd dropped an album last week, and the feature with Drake wasn't on there. He got it late, so you know how it's all streaming now, right?
Mhm.
So that song with Drake was put on a week after, and it was like, oh shit, what's his name got the thing going on right there and shit.
Mhm.
So it's dope. I like the hip hop feud.
Yeah, but he's also the other thing that he's done is that he recreated his childhood home inside of the stadium where he's been playing the album.
I seen that he rebuilt it in Chicago too, right?
Yeah, kind of weird.
So something about the stimulus, it has to do with people, parents receiving $1,400 for each child, but it turns out that those payments apply to kids that have not yet been born but will be this year.
Wow.
Yeah,
So go have babies.
pretty much. But it's actually too late because by the time they'll be born, it won't be this year. So it's too late.
another music little note. Kendrick is leaving TDE, y'all.
Yeah,
How
his
do you
last
guys-
album.
How do you guys feel about
His
that?
last album.
His memo and all that. How do you guys feel about his? He's supposed to be dropping a song this week.
Well, I'm a Kendrick fan.
Are
I
you?
personally feel
I
that.
thought you were the baby fan for the longest now.
Well, no, well, like when it comes to like
after
actual,
the controversy, he's no longer a baby fan, bro.
no, when it comes to actual like rap, like I like
Damn, the
Kendrick,
baby,
then
baby's
go.
not a rapper.
he's like a trapper,
Nah, he be rapping, bro.
but it's not like
He don't be
Hey,
try-
bro.
he
Hey,
don't-
bro.
he doesn't throw like metaphors. You could say
Hey,
he's not an MC.
Really?
Hey,
okay.
bro.
I could get. I'll take that. He's not an MC.
Hey, bro.
But he's a rapper.
Yeah, I guess I meant to say like MC. You know?
Yeah, all right, I got you.
But I
Bro,
personally I feel
I
sad.
After the controversy, Byron left, bro. He was
You
like,
left?
He's making a comeback though.
Who is?
The baby.
How?
He just dropped a new song yesterday.
He's always dropping.
Freestyle,
Cerote?
trying to make a comeback.
He's always dropping.
The Cerote?
So you think he fell off with all that happening, bro?
Well, for a bit.
For him to make a comeback?
For a little bit.
So it was like the fresh.
Because he wasn't really
It was
posting
like the fresh
anything.
and fit drop off. We lost like 30,000 subscribers type shit. The baby lost like
Something like that,
200,000
maybe.
subscribers. I mean followers on Instagram.
I'm not sure, but I'm sure he lost some followers, some fans.
Did you consider unfollowing?
Nah.
bro, he messed with Elton John,
So-
bro. Elton John was like, nah. He blacklisted him.
But how 97 did it?
We'll see what happens.
They had
bro.
him in New York for Summer Jam.
See what happens with him.
So what do you guys expect from this last Kendrick album?
Everything.
When do you guys think it's coming?
I expect,
Well, last TDE album. I don't think it's his last
I
album.
expect a collaboration with J. Cole.
I don't think it's his last album.
But he's supposedly dropping a song with Baby Keem this Friday.
I think I've heard that one, but yeah, really good song. But what I would say about TDE is I think that's his last one with TDE, but I don't think it's his last album. Period.
So would you say he will start?
Say
You think he's
that.
gonna start his own label or something?
I
or-
wouldn't doubt if he does something like that.
Well, from what I heard, his first artist on his label is Baby Keem, so
There you go.
it's his cousin, so baby cousin. So
Fuck you, kid.
Ooh, Byron, he said fuck you.
He's technically our nephew. For those who don't know,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
man, you gotta go that. You gotta go that far.
man, just trying to tell people the truth.
It's embarrassing, bro.
But guys, this California recall election is coming down in the next 2 weeks. Who do you guys got? You guys gonna recall Newsom? You guys gonna bring in Caitlyn Jenner? Who you guys gonna do?
I'm voting for Major.
There's a lot of controversy. I think I heard about him recently.
Oh
I need-
well,
I need to
voting
look
for
at-
Major. Like his name,
Major, Static Major.
Static Major. Reminds me of that guy. Static Major reminds me of Static Shock.
Talk to me, Manny. What do you think about this recall? Tuesday, September 14th.
I think he stays either way, man. To be honest.
Did you guys see his little speech a couple days ago?
Yeah.
No, what do you say? Give us a synopsis.
He was sounding very gubernatorial and shit and whatnot, but I don't know, man. It seems like he's scared.
I mean, at the end of the day, bro.
Kind of shitting himself. He's like, "Fuck."
I mean, he has the Democrats either way.
That's what he was trying to. He was trying to lean on that heavy for
Yeah.
sure.
Were you talking
bro.
about Larry Elder, Enzo?
What?
Were you talking about Larry Elder or some guy named Major? There's really a guy named Major.
I
That's
think
going
there's a
for
guy
it.
named Major.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a guy named Major, but
He's like Republican.
yeah, he's an African American.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I do think that he might survive. I don't think he gets taken out. That's just my feel on it.
Taken out, huh? Like assassinated?
Sure.
Whoa!
I don't think he gets taken out.
I plead the fifth. I did not say that. Yeah, go to his house, not mine.
The funny thing about my house.
I don't know, man.
Right now they're saying that at first there's only 36 of all registered voters who wanted to recall him, and that number has raised to 47. Now it's according to the UC Berkeley Institute of Governmental Studies.
See the statistics, man.
And then a CBS News poll found that 72% of Republican voters were very motivated to participate in the recall, while just 61% of Democrats felt the same. So the Republicans might take it right here, bro.
Dang, imagine this becomes a red state.
See, now
That
what I
would
need
be
what I need to
wild.
find out is, first of all, right now, are we voting for an actual candidate to already replace him, or just to actually recall the election?
No, so the
Just
guy,
to recall the
guy,
election,
No,
right?
the guy would replace him, and then it just be for a little bit because the next governor elections is like next year.
Yeah, he's correct.
So that's my question.
So
though,
that's
like-
why he's leaning on why you guys gonna vote me out if you guys can just
So
vote for a
so
new-
basically, Tuesday, September 14th, from what I'm reading right here, is that the
That was the
gubernatorial recall
4th.
election. No, it's 14th.
Okay, good.
Gubernatorial recall elections is an upcoming special election on whether to recall Governor Gavin Newsom, scheduled to be held in person on September 14th. Oh yeah, so, and then, yeah. So basically, it's just whether to decide whether or not if we are going to recall him. And I think that election of who would replace him would go down in November, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, Byron, run for governor, bro.
Let's do this.
Well, you know, it's a trip though that the numbers are showing that Sleepy Joe is losing some
That guy too.
power with his
They just want to
following.
put Kamala, bro. That's all they want.
But she's not too strong out there either. I haven't really seen Kamala out there much.
Nah, bro, she's
Same.
behind the scenes, bro, in the shadows.
Same with Joe, but that didn't President Trump catch COVID?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm waiting for Biden to catch COVID,
And
just to
then-
see how he reacts and what they do to him and what kind of treatment he gets and all that.
And then
Because-
they just shot up Trump with a bunch of stuff, bro.
Did you guys hear what
and
happened with that?
boom, and then he said, "We should give this to all the American people."
did you
And then
guys
they're
hear
like,
what
"We can't, sir."
Did you guys hear what happened with all that?
You tell me.
So the stuff that the cocktail that they gave him is so expensive that they can't make it cheap. And then the issue with all this shit being so, this is another reason why I'm kind of skeptical about this stuff, is that they don't want to release the patents for the cocktails that he got so that they can make a generic version of it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because if they were to make a generic version of that, that means
You would force people to buy it.
no, not even that. Everybody can make, like, smaller companies can make it, and then everybody could get it, like, even easier. Because right now you could only get it through those Moderna, Pfizer, right? So that when a patent is locked in like that, it's a money grab, bro. It's about money at the end of the day, like, and then it's about big pharma, and then it's a trip because it was like he got the best of the best. So that's what I'm saying. I want to see how the government reacts if Joe Biden was to get it, and I'm wondering what kind of bubble he's under, like, to be not even.
But he's not saying anything to anybody, bro.
Hmm?
He's hidden, bro.
Is
I
he?
mean, I haven't seen him.
Right?
That's
That's
what I
kind of
mean.
a trip. But yeah, man,
The media hasn't been on him the same.
how you guys feel about, United States withdrawing from Afghanistan after 20 years, and then, we were supposed to go get Saddam, who's Osama bin Laden, and we got him under Obama's administration, and then Biden a month ago pulled out the last
Can I say one thing
5,000.
before we go there?
What?
Just because I found something about this whole election stuff here in California. So basically it's saying, so yeah, on the 14th we vote yes or no. And it says, and if more than 50% of voters say yes, who should replace him? It says, this is where things get strange. This is by calmatters.org. There's no limit on the number of candidates who can run to replace an official on a recall ballot. And whoever gets the most votes wins, even without a majority. So it's entirely possible that someone could be elected in a recall while winning less than half the votes. That's what happened in 2003 when Governor Gray Davis was recalled by 55% of the voters.
And Joe Brown.
More than 100% people ran to replace him, carving up the votes and allowing action movie star Arnold Schwarzenegger to win 48.6 support.
There you go, Byron. You just got to do
Oh,
TikToks,
yeah, I
bro.
remember that.
You just got to do TikToks, bro, and run for governor, bro. You got this, Byron. Create your own job.
That was crazy.
Just start now.
not
So there's a couple
It's
of
not motivated.
there's 6 steps that says that basically go into here. They have to verify signatures, let voters withdraw signatures, determine cost of recall, set date for an election, candidates decide to run, and then we finally vote. Which was where we're at now. So we'll see where this happens for Gavin Newsom. But back to Afghanistan and then putting out the troops and now sending them back. Something that I heard from someone that's in the military at the gym, they basically told me, the reason they went back is because a lot of the artillery that the Taliban was using was American.
Yeah, they left a lot of
Stuff.
equipment there.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's a big reason why they decided to go back. If is that true or not, I don't know, but that's something I heard.
But here's the other thing: is you have to question how stable was the country if it fell within 11 days. You know, like how strong was the infrastructure that they had built if it falls within 11 days?
Well, the government officials fled the country pretty quickly.
That's why. That's what I'm saying. The structure fell within 11 days, so it wasn't a very strong structure.
So what was the United States really out there doing?
Who's to say?
I mean, that's when you drop 2 cents, but to say that's really, and then you have awkward pause. I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, we gonna talk about it, or you gonna just fucking, who's to say?
Is there?
Like, cause this is like, what was the reason of going there? What was the reason? Fucking Cardi B.
I don't know. You tell me. You're more informed about this than me. I'm gonna just be honest.
What do
So
you mean? You didn't watch the news? Why the government? Or I mean, you don't have an opinion of.
I mean, there's different sides you can pick on.
So that's why I'm asking you. Pick one. Tell me.
I mean, there's
Because you already know how I feel about it. I said, well, why were we there for 20 years? Well,
That's not knowing how you feel about it.
that's what I just. That is my way of feeling. Of like I'm questioning the reason, the validity of the reason why they even went there in the first place. 20 years, and then there's 11 days to fucking take out 20 years of
work.
trying to put democracy in another
But
country.
then in the other thing that you have to realize is that
And then last week you had a lot
hold
to
on,
say,
hold
so
on.
you gotta fucking. There you go.
Russia didn't allow them
Come
to
on,
put
let me hear it. Let me hear it.
Can you let me speak?
Because you just said you didn't have nothing to say, so I want to hear
Nah,
it.
let me speak now.
Come on, come on.
Thank you. Russia didn't allow them to put bases in certain places in order to actually build the full infrastructure. So it was a failed cause what they did. The other thing, and this is just me speculating, all right, this opinion, speculating. The other reason I feel like they started pulling out is because for a lot of years, a lot of us were questioning, like, why are we still there? What are we still doing there? You know, why do we have people out there? And then you saw the reaction on social media, right? Where as soon as they pulled out, all the videos went up of all these people suffering and all these people like wanting American troops to stay. And for me, it felt like we need to see this in order for us to be like, yeah, no, we need to be back there. That's just my opinion, you know, of how I saw that. Where I was like, interesting.
But when you say we, is that like saying that you want to join the fight to go help these people?
No,
Or
when I
just-
say
just
we,
saying
I
the
just a
United
country,
States?
the
Okay.
United States.
But why?
Because, well,
why
yeah.
do you feel the United States needs to police other territories?
No. Did you hear what I'm saying?
No, I'm asking you.
No, I don't feel that. My opinion is that when I was watching this is the way I interpreted it. Is that basically I'm seeing that they need an excuse to stay there, and the generation that they're dealing with wants peace. So if you show them that people will suffer because we leave, it might change their opinion to say, you know what, stay there and help those people.
As far as the American people telling them to stay there.
Exactly.
So you think it's propaganda?
That's the way I was viewing it, because of all the videos that were thrown up of, look at all these people grabbing onto the plane. Look at all these people trying to escape, because you're just focused on one part, you know? So that the way I was seeing it, I'm like, are they trying to get us to be like, get compassionate about these people? And make our opinion be like, you know what? No, let the troops stay.
And then it's a trip to see Putin say he's not allowing refugees from Afghanistan because he doesn't want militant militias in his country.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of crazy. In Mexico, is a lot of refugees. Central America. Colombia has a lot of refugees from Afghanistan. So it's a fallout it's being felt globally, because these people are fleeing.
Yeah, they're fleeing their country,
and it's something that.
Because some of them,
like, why the
because
fuck?
some of them, put their lives on the line to actually, want a democracy, and now that's not what's gonna be there, and now you got to go conform to the regime.
Well, it's not even a regime, bro. It's tribes. In Afghanistan,
there's several tribes, but even though there's several tribes, you still have a leader to a tribe. It's still the regime within that tribe.
No, it's not even who's the leader. It came out as Taliban is a group that's leading. That's the organization that's now in power. That's the party that China and Russia's even acknowledging. But
yes, but there's always a spokesperson to that group.
But that's what I'm saying. The Taliban has put on a spokesman, but they haven't put that guy as their leader. See?
Okay, I'm getting what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's like they're just,
I wasn't getting that at first.
They haven't got, how the Ayatollah in like Palestine and that was their leader, that was their front man dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then in Afghanistan there's so many, it's like the Taliban's the one that's trying to take power of the whole country, but within each region there's like tribes and groups.
No. I know that the whole thing is
like,
run by tribes.
But I don't think this came out on top where it's like a full. And that's the thing that's the trick about that country. They've never had anybody that could ever come and be like, I'm gonna take hold and.
Well, no. All the tribes can't. Like, it's always been hard for them to unite.
Right, and the only reason right now, like, there might be. I mean.
Right now it was kind of easy because they had a common enemy.
Right.
Which the common enemy was the United States. But now you remove that enemy, and it's kind of like, okay, can you guys?
But that's the thing. Like, the United States says that they're going over there to help women and children because women and children.
Well, the UK, as soon as we pulled out, the UK sent troops,
right?
Because they wanted to help women and children. So.
Yeah, I mean, so we'll see what the U.S.'s next move is here.
What are your 2 cents on this?
Like you said, the structure of it was just not anywhere was put in place, and it's just it's crazy how after 4 decades it's just an ongoing.
Here's the thing that sucks for me.
From what I'm seeing here, 4 decades, probably even more than that.
Here's the thing that sucks.
From what the timeline.
I'm talking about the United States being in them. That's too.
I'm just the region and what it's gone through.
Oh, but it's longer than that, yeah, for sure.
Here's the other thing that I wouldn't know how to look at a guy who served in the military, and them feel like this was for nothing.
That's a lot of guys.
Did you guys watch the podcast with the Nelk Boys and the guy that killed Osama bin Laden?
No, I have not watched that.
What happened?
Oh, I mean, he just describes the whole thing, and Donald Trump Jr. is on there with him. It's a pretty interesting podcast. But yeah, he just breaks down everything about like the days before, and them not knowing what mission they were gonna go into, and then basically because he's the guy that actually shot Osama bin Laden.
Oh shit!
And then
the
how
guy that they made a movie about.
John Oliver.
Zero Dark 30 is what he's talking about.
Yeah, it was like John Oliver or something like that. That comes out in that podcast. It was like I said, it was a pretty interesting one. But you guys should check it out definitely because he just breaks down the detail of everything and then how they even got back to. Because I think when they went to get him, he was like in Libya or something. He wasn't in Afghanistan when they got him. And they were in the helicopter back to Afghanistan.
Here's the
longest ride of his life.
other thing that's crazy, right? When you're talking about that, how did they get to him, right?
There's this woman that was in his compound that was the woman that helped them find out where he was. Like they were talking about in the podcast. He says that the night before they were like at some other place, and then the girl was talking to him, and he's like, "Oh, well, Osama bin Laden is right here right now." And they were like, "Why don't we go for him right now?" And they're like, "No, it's not time."
But prior to a girl helping him. The other thing was genes, where once again, helping people, right, giving them medicine and everything, and you can always collect data from genes, right? So that's the other thing is they found that there was like descendants, DNA, bro.
Oh,
okay.
You're talking about pants. I'm like, what the fuck?
They found that there was descendants of him in that region.
Mm.
You know, when you know they were giving medical help and assistance to.
His name is he's a former Navy SEAL. His name is Robert O'Neill. My bad. I was saying John Oliver. That's the fucking one guy that has that show. Stupid. Yeah, Robert O'Neill.
Yeah, bro.
Fucking went over my head. I saw his name right here on YouTube, so it threw me off. But yeah, it was the Nelk Boys with Donald Trump Jr. and Robert O'Neill, former Navy SEAL. But yeah, they break down all that stuff there, so you guys should check that one out. But you know, that was basically the current podcast today.
Thank you for being here. We appreciate your time.
Illuminati.
Have a good one.
I love you, buddy.
Adios.
Switch the camera.
I thought
about it a
lot when I was a kid.